Malaysian Prime Minister or head of state said something that is shaking the earth for the Zionist. He actually asked for divine help for the Muslims to destroy, to fight Israel. Take a listen.
Condemnations will not stop the missiles. Declarations will not free Palestine. Severe punitive actions must be put in place. Diplomatic engagements must cease, and so must trade relations with Israel. May Allah grant us the courage to act and the strength to endure. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Excellency, Majesties, Excellencies, Malaysia condemns in the most unequivocal terms the Israeli airstrikes on this very city of Doha. To rain bombs on the capital of a sovereign state is lawlessness, barbaric and indefensible. It was an assault on Qatar's sovereignty, a violation of international law, and a reckless provocation that endangers the security in the region. The gravity of this outrage is deepened by Qatar's vital role as a mediator. This nation has labored with perseverance and wisdom to foster dialogue, which include Hamas, Egypt, and the United States of America. This attack certainly is a calculated assault where no nation is to be spared in pursuit of the Israeli Zionist aggression.
Now, I just want to pause here for a second and focus on what he just said. He said, quote unquote, calculated attack, calculated planning, calculated preparation. What does it really mean? What he's trying to referring here to me looks like he's referring to the fact that it was planned, it was calculated, not just something that happened overnight. And when he used this particular word, calculated, he's referring to United States also complicit. They knew about this, and Malaysia is calling US out, not just Israel. Now, this is a big deal. It was calculated, even though Netanyahu government, the Zionists, they portrayed this attack as their own. It was not in coordination with United States or with any country for that matter. As Netanyahu himself said, this is something we are responsible solely. But now this Malaysian Prime Minister, he's not buying it. The Muslim world is not buying it. I'm not buying it that it was only Israeli plan. United States from day one, from second one, was involved in this strike in Qatar.
Certainly is a calculated assault where no nation is to be spared in pursuit of the Israeli Zionist aggression. Meanwhile, Gaza continued to be crushed before our very eyes. Its people have endured decimation and devastation without precedent. Families wiped out, hospitals reduced to ruins, children buried under rubble. In the West Bank, the colonial politics of dispossession continues unabated.
I also want you to focus on his body language. If you notice, he is shaking his head so often, it is almost very much noticeable. Calculated, Israeli, Zionist. When someone does that, according to body language expert, it shows that this person is actually very, very furious to make a point to the whole world, in this case, Malaysian Prime Minister, that it is indeed the Zionists who are evil. They have done it. They are criminals. So it adds a extra layer of emphasis on what that person is saying. So Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim is telling the Muslim world that, look, what I'm saying is not something I just came up with in the last 1 hour or since the attack on Doha. I knew it as if he's saying, I studied Israel's and its behavior over the last 2 years, especially since the October 7th attack, and I'm telling you guys, these Zionists are evil, and I know about them. So you be aware, I'm warning you.
This barbarity has expanded to attacks and bombardments on Lebanon and Syria, Yemen, with attacks on Iran as well. This pattern of lawlessness shows utter contempt for the very foundations of civilization and international order. Israel has declared that there will never be a Palestinian state. Let us be clear. This is a declaration of permanent apartheid. It is a repudiation of every United Nations resolution and the right of self-determination. Our people has become wary of words. They have watched us issue condemnation after condemnation, declaration after declaration, while Israel escalates with impunity. As future generations will ask whether we found the courage to act, we do not ask nations to go beyond their basic obligations.
Now, that was an aim at the Arab weak leaders. Unbelievable. He is so courageous. Sitting in an Arab country, in Qatar, calling the Arab leaders out, shaming them, really, literally, he's shaming MBS. He's shaming Sisi. He's shaming Jordan Abdullah. He's shaming every single leader in the Middle East by saying condemnation after condemnation, statements after statements without any action. Unbelievable. Take a listen one more time.
Escalates with impunity. As future generations will ask whether we found the courage to act, we do not ask nations to go beyond their basic obligations. Excellencies, and today, even as we meet, a flotilla sails once more towards Gaza, bearing not the implements of war, but the promise of aid for a besieged people. It is a mission of mercy, and we must do all in our power to see that it reaches its shore. To let it be turned back with violence is to betray the charge that our conscience have placed upon us, to defend the weak, to shelter the oppressed, to give food to the hungry.
And if you take a look, the cameraman did a very good job by pointing towards some of these other people, leaders sitting. This guy is from Libya, I think, and then you have another guy from Palestine. They were all lifting their heads up as if they were so keen and they were so rested up watching Anwar Ibrahim giving a speech, stunning and shutting down the entire world right in front of their eyes. I mean, this speech is something that the Israelis, without a shadow of a doubt, will take notice of.
On us to defend the weak, to shelter the oppressed, to give food to the hungry. Condemnations will not stop the missiles.
Wow.
Declarations will not free Palestine. Severe punitive actions must be put in place.
Now, another thing that you'll notice when he's talking about condemnation, statements, no punitive action being taken, you will notice that his head is, or his face is facing people. When we say people, who are the people? It's the leaders from the Arab countries. So he is actually trying to make eye contact with these Arab leaders to shame them, to call them out, that your condemnation, your summits will do nothing. As he said, diplomacy will not stop the missile. Means we have to go to war with Israel. That's as clear as daylight, guys, that Malaysia, Anwar Ibrahim will join any Muslim force that will be formed to attack Israel and to stop it.
Punitive actions must be put in place. Diplomatic engagements must cease, and so must trade relations with Israel. May Allah grant us the courage to act and the strength to endure. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, unbelievable. May Allah grant us courage. I mean, he's seeking divine help. He's asking Allah directly after trashing these leaders to help the Muslim Ummah, because looks like to me he lost confidence in the Arab leaders just like we did. Unbelievable. Let me know in the comment section. Subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video.